Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Denise Richardson.
And my name is Julian Phillips. If you've watched TV over the past 20 or 30 years, you've probably seen both of us gracing both local and national network newscasts.
I wouldn't have said 20 or 30 years.
My bad.
I like to leave them thinking that it was like the last 5.
I'll go along with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting evening for us. We're very happy to be with you. I'm going to apologize in advance for the cough drop that I have in my mouth. I have a really bad cold, so that's why. But we're very pleased to be with you because history, we have to learn not to repeat it. We seem to continue to do that, but this is a lesson from people's lives tonight that we will learn that there is the opportunity in this day and age to go forward in harmony. It's going to take a while, but the opportunity is there. So, welcome to the first annual Words of Bonds dinner. We hope many of you have enjoyed this afternoon's basketball game. Having this event at Madison Square Garden tonight is a dream come true for Bill Tingling, Executive Director of the School News Nationwide, and the brainchild of the unique Words of Bonds project. Bill devoted much of his life to the past couple of years, thanks to the support of his family and many of you nurturing Words of Bonds, from a basic concept to a major part of the curriculum of the New York City school system. As much as Bill deserves our praise, the purpose of tonight's event is to honor Holocaust survivors, descendants of African American slavery, and the educators that have worked tirelessly and selflessly in educating our city's youth to assure that these atrocities never happen again. The Words of Bonds project has come a very long way, but still has a long way to go. For this campaign to be effective, it's essential that the education continue year after year as new children enter and move through our school system. It's our children who are the real stars of this evening. Weren't they adorable when you came in? Yes, give them a round of applause. And they were so pleased to be able to share information, and that was just wonderful to see. They're the ones that have turned off their iPods, put down their basketballs, skipped trips to the mall to learn about those horrific episodes in our not-so-distant history. As chilling as the stories that our honorees will tell tonight, there is perhaps nothing more touching than to see these youngsters sing and act in a play about life during devastating times. Tonight, you will meet and hear stories that will touch your heart. Remembering the past is crucial to the understanding, but tonight is all about the future of our young people. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support, and we really hope you enjoy the evening.
I'm sure many of you know the history and the bond between blacks and African Americans is very long and very deep. And it goes beyond even the civil rights movement, so it's fitting that we have an event like this. And as we move forward towards the future, our future is also rooted in the past and what we've had to overcome, and that's why we say never forget just for the Holocaust, but for other atrocities and 200 years of slavery in this country. This event is very unique tonight because we are honoring 14 people. A couple of people that are, I think they're called octogenarians, they're over 100 years old. And these, of course, are men and women, both blacks and Jews, who survived the atrocities of the Holocaust and who are descendants of those whose lives were broadsided by the African-American slave trade, that triangular trade that ended up here in America, of course, in South America and the Caribbean. Each of the honorees brings his or her own tale of the horrors that befell their families, personal pain and suffering that they were forced to endure, and their personal struggles to balance those memories while forging productive as well as meaningful and triumphant lives. Each of our honorees has had to endure immeasurable suffering, and each will relate their story, their conflict, and their way of continuing life despite the horrific experience and losses they suffered. In keeping with the Words of Bond's primary mission, each honoree's story will put some of those pages back into our history books, creating a space for their voices to be heard for all time. Words of Bonds is the vehicle that will use interactive, multimedia, and multidisciplinary experience to combine history and current events to engage students to learn. So we are in for a very, very great as well as historic evening. And to start the evening off, we could not start, we'd be remiss without, of course, the national anthem of our country, of course, the United States, Israel, and of course, the African-American national anthem. So without further ado, could everybody please rise to their feet, and we are going to summon the United States Marine Corps Color Guard, also the Israeli flag, and then of course the singing of the American national anthem, the Israeli national anthem, and the Negro national anthem, as I call it. Sergeant Gomez, march in the colors.
You back. I just want to say, you Marines make us so proud.
Yes.
Just by virtue of the fact that you're ready to put your lives on the line for your families, for this country, we salute you on so many levels. God bless you today and always.